Hey guys, so let's talk about the ultimate what if in combat sports history. We've all had this debate with our friends at some point, right? Imagine it's the early 1970s. You have the two most famous men on the planet. On the left side of the screen, you've got the heavyweight boxing champion of the world, untouchable, poetic, and absolutely massive. On the right side, you've got the martial arts pioneer who completely revolutionized cinema and street fighting. Both of them practically wrote the book on speed, timing, and psychological warfare. But what if they actually threw down? What if the guy on the left had to face the guy on the right? Look, I know a lot of people like to romanticize this stuff, but today, we're keeping it real. We are going to strip away the movie magic and look at the actual physics, the biomechanics, and the brutal reality of what happens when size meets pure, unfiltered speed. First off, let's clear the air about something. There was no disrespect between these two. In fact, the martial artist on the right was completely obsessed with the heavyweight on the left. His close friends and directors from back in the day have actually talked about this. He would buy tapes of the heavyweights' fights, set up a mirror, and watch them in reverse. Why? Because he wanted to see how a southpaw, a left-handed fighter, could perfectly mimic that unbelievable footwork. There's this famous story where one of his students catches him watching these tapes and asks, "Hey, if you guys actually fought, what would happen?" And the martial artist just looks at his own hands, smiles, and says, "Look at his massive hands. He would kill me." Now, he wasn't just being humble, he was a genius when it came to fighting, which means he understood the most absolute, undeniable law of combat. Weight classes exist for a reason. Just look at the numbers. The man on the left was 6'3" and weighed well over 220 pounds. The man on the right, 5'7" and maybe 145 pounds soaking wet. We are talking about an 80-pound difference of pure muscle and bone. But if the answer was just the bigger guy wins, it wouldn't be fun. And we wouldn't be talking about it today. Because the 145-pound guy on the right, he didn't believe in traditional rules. Here is the thing you have to consider. Where is this fight happening? Because the environment literally decides who walks away. If they step into a standard boxing ring, under normal rules with padded gloves, and you can only strike above the belt, let's be honest, it's going to be a very short, very painful night for the guy on the right. The heavyweight champion uses his massive reach advantage. He establishes that famous lightning-fast jab, keeps the smaller man on the outside, traps him in a corner, and knocks him out in the first round. It's just physics. But what if there is no referee? The fighting system created by the man on the right was designed for the streets. No rings, no gloves, no rules. In a dark alley, the dynamic completely flips. The smaller guy is smart. He knows he can't box a boxer. Instead of aiming for the head, his primary weapon becomes something heavyweights never have to defend against: oblique kicks straight to the kneecaps. A boxer has the best upper body defense in the world, but it only takes about 15 pounds of lateral pressure to blow out a human knee. An expertly timed 145-pound flying kick to the leg of a 220-pound man. That can end the fight in a single second. Now let's talk about durability, because this is where the fantasy usually falls apart. Yes, the guy on the right was a human machine. He could throw punches so fast the cameras literally had to be adjusted to capture them. He could send full-grown men flying across the room with a punch from 1 inch away. But the giant on the left wasn't just some random guy on the street. The heavyweight on the left had survived taking bare-knuckle level force from some of the hardest hitters in human history. His chin was made of absolute granite. Could the smaller fighter cut him? Yes. Could he break his nose or blind him with eye pokes? Absolutely. But could a 145-pound man generate enough kinetic energy with his fists to actually shut off the brain of a giant who regularly eats punches from 230-pound monsters? Biomechanically speaking, probably not. That means the smaller guy has to fight a perfect fight. He has to hit and run. He can't get grabbed. He can't clinch. Because the second the big man gets a hold of him, the weight difference takes over, and it's game over. So what's the final verdict? If we are being completely honest and putting bias aside, if they fought 10 times in a dark alley with absolutely no rules, the heavyweight's sheer size, insane reach, and impossible durability would probably win him 9 out of those 10 fights. You can only bend the laws of physics so much. An elite giant usually beats an elite smaller man. But man, that one time, that 1 out of 10 times where the guy on the right finds that one split-second opening. A perfect kick to the knee, followed by a strike to the throat. He had the speed and the precision to finish the legend before the giant even realized what hit him. Maybe it's a good thing this fight only exists in our heads. We got to watch one man turn boxing into poetry, and the other turned street fighting into a global philosophy. But hey, that's just how the physics break down in my head. Do you guys think the speed and the street rules would be enough to overcome an 80-pound weight difference? Let me know down in the comments. I really want to read your takes on this one. Drop a like if you enjoyed the breakdown, and I'll see you in the next one.